Hello and welcome to the geography class. To continue with the first chapter of class 10th geography, that is resources and development. In this video I'll be covering soil as resource. So let's start the topic. When we talk about soil, soil is an important natural renewable resource and it supports the plant and other living organism on the earth. It takes millions of years to form the soil up to a few centimeters in depth. There are several factors responsible for the soil formation. Before discussing that, let's see what is soil. The uppermost layer of the earth's crust, which is loose, broken, and useful for plants, is called soil. Soil consists of mineral matters such as sand and clay, and organic matters such as humus, bacteria, and earthworms. How the soil is formed? Soil is formed mainly due to the process of weathering. This term is not new for you as you have studied about weathering in your previous classes. Here I would like to briefly explain what is weathering. Weathering is actually the breaking down or dissolving of the rocks or mineral matter into the earth's surface. As a result of weathering, a layer of loose rock materials is formed on the land surface. If this layer remains undisturbed for a long period of time, then the chemical, physical and organic changes takes place in it. These changes leads to the formation of soil. So this is how the soil forms because of the weathering process. Now, factors which are influential or govern the soil formation process, or the factors which are responsible for the soil's formation. The first factor is climate. It decides the rate of weathering, means at what pace the weathering takes place is just because of climate and type of vegetation. What type of plants or trees one particular region is having. Next is topography. Topography of the land decides the accumulation of soil. Topography is the type of land, means whether it is plateau, plain or mountain region. Then the nature of parent rock. It decides the composition and texture of the soil. Lastly, vegetation. Vegetation decides the amount of humus available in the soil. Why soil is very important? Man depends on soil directly or indirectly for his food. Agriculture can be practiced only if soils are available. Man gets the materials needed for shelter and clothing directly or indirectly from the soil. Soils are essential for the growth of forests and thus it maintains the ecological balance. Now, as I have discussed that there are several factors responsible for the soil formation and there are changes which occur in the formation of the soil leading to the formation of different types of soil. So let's start these soil. Start our discussion on different types of soil that we found in India. The first one is alluvial soil. Now alluvial soil is the most fertile and widespread soil found in India. It is formed due to the deposition of fine silt called alluvium by the rivers. It is found in the northern plains, Gujarat plains, and the coastal plains. It consists of sand, silt, and clay. It divided into Khaddar and Bangar. Now, the Khaddar and Bangar question comes on this. Khaddar is actually the new alluvium and Bangar is old alluvium soil. It contains soil nutrients such as potash, phosphoric acid and lime. So it is fertile and good for the growth of sugarcane, rice, wheat and pulses. Talking about the black soils. Black soil, it is also called regur soil or black cotton soil because they are black in color and very good for the cotton cultivation. It is made up of extremely fine clayey materials. It has the capacity to hold moisture for a long time. The soil develops deep cracks in summer. This helps in the aeration of the soil. This soil is sticky. It is mainly found in Deccan Trap region of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. It is formed due to the weathering of volcanic rocks. It is very rich in potash, calcium carbonate, manganese, and lime. It is poor in phosphoric content. Students, many times question comes either directly or indirectly, means uh, how the black soil forms, in which states of India we found the black soil or red soil or forest soil, right? Which soil is formed due to the weathering of volcanic rocks? Such question comes in exam. Talking about red soils. Red soil are formed due to the weathering of crystalline igneous rocks under low rainfall condition. It is red in color because of the presence of iron in it. It is found in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. You must know the important characteristics of these soils. Next is laterite soils. The word laterite originated from the Latin word which means the word is later and it means brick. Laterite soil is formed due to the intense leaching caused by tropical rainfall. Humus content is less because of the microorganisms get destroyed due to high temperature. The soil can be cultivated by using manure and fertilizers. It is good for the cultivation of tea, coffee, and cashew nut. It is found in Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, and Assam. See, you need to remember the soils by their characteristics. Reason being, question comes on this. This is very important part of this chapter. For example, if you need to learn about the laterite soil, so you need to catch few features like intense leaching, humus content is less, good for growing tea and coffee. Then it is very it can only be used by adding manure and fertilizer. If we talk about the black soil, then you need to know that it is good for the cotton cultivation. It is called the black cotton soil also, and it is called regular soil also. If we talk about red soil, then it is red because of the high content of iron in it. So such features you need to remember of each soil. Then talking about arid soil, or it is called desert soils. Arid soils are red or brown in color. They are sandy and slime. Humus and moisture content are very less. They can be cultivated after irrigation. Conker layer in the soil prevents the water from seeping underground. Forest soil. Forest soils are found in hilly and mountainous regions. They are loomy and silty in valleys and coarser in upper slopes. In Himalayas, they suffer denudation and are acidic with low humus content. The soils found in the lower slopes of the valley are fertile. What is soil erosion? Soil erosion is basically the removal of topsoil from one place to another by natural agents called soil erosion. It is caused by running water and winds. These are two important agents of soil erosion. And some human factors are deforestation, means cutting trees, plants on a large number, overgrazing of animals, unscientific agricultural practices are some of the important factors responsible for large scale soil erosions. Talking about the gully erosion, the rainwater when moves down on an uneven landscape away the soil and form deep channels called gullies. This type of erosion is called gully erosion. A land which is broken into many small parts by the gullies is called bad land. A bad land is unfit for cultivation and for other economic activities. Here are some pictures of gully erosion. Chambal Valley is a very good example of bad land formed due to the gully erosion, intensive gully erosion. Chambal Valley, it is also called river rinds. Sometimes water flows as a sheet over large area down a slope. The water takes away the top layer of the soil, and this type of erosion is called sheet erosion. Now, the topic soil conservation. There are various measures that we can take to conserve the soil. First one is plowing reduces the flow of water and prevents soil erosion. In hilly areas, terrace farming should be followed. Here is a picture of hilly area showing you the terrace farming. See, example of planning. Contour, by building contours, we can actually divide the farm agricultural land, and thus the water can be retained and soil can be conserved. It cannot be moved from one place to another. Then afforestation should be practiced on a large scale and deforestation should be stopped. Means planting of trees are required and cutting of trees on a large number should be stopped. Overgrazing by animals should be avoided. These are certain measures which we can take to avoid soil erosion. With this, we have ended this chapter. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and review. Subscribe the channel, and if you find any difficulty, please write it in the comment section.